usually ready to go into that project, kind of as a retention, because we want to have that project 100% subscribed at all times.
And paid for.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about timing of the community solar application process and when decisions get made. So September 9th is the deadline. When do you plan to sort of make a
So there'd be an
decision?
evaluation process and probably 30 to 60 days and then go to the board. So whatever the board schedule is, so you're probably looking November, December timeframe for the board to decide if things all work out. And then it's the new program you're looking up right after that.
So how does this fit in with because the federal tax credits are stepping down on December 31st from 30% to 26, right? So do you expect?
So that will be dealt with in the solar transition. So right now you get the rate. The rate is set in the rules that say it's your retail energy rate minus these non-bypassable. That's set for 20 years. You get that. The other part of that is what's the differential in the incentive, and that's dealt with in the solar transition. So it could say, oh, because the ITC is stepping down, instead of $1, we're going to give you $1.25. So I don't know where that math is working out. So.
But what do you mean? Instead of $1, we'll get $1.
Well, so there will be an incentive for solar projects in addition to what you're buying into in the community solar rate. So there'll be an incentive that goes out there. That's to be determined. So that goes all into the calculus, the ITC, the cost of solar panels, all of that.
But how does the developer, how do they factor
They're
that in?
taking that risk.
They're taking that risk.
Yeah, and they're all watching what's happening in the solar transition.
I just want to see if anybody else has any questions from the speakers.
I don't understand.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to understand what you're saying, because I think it's interesting. ITC is a federal policy. Are you saying that the discussion is that New Jersey, the state of New Jersey, in some capacity, is going to make up for decreasing federal?
So right now we have something called an SREC. That's an incentive. So if you put solar on your roof, you net meter, you get your meter to spin backwards, you get the retail avoided cost. Plus, if you're the owner of that panel, you get an SREC that you can sell in the market and has some value that you sell in the market. There's a price that it can't exceed. In case there's too many, there's no floor. It can go to zero. Typically, they're selling, what, $200, you know. So the board is in the process of changing that incentive structure. The legislation said you have to stop that program when you reach 5.1% solar electricity sold in the state of New Jersey. That program will close. Everybody that had SRECs will still be selling those. There'll still be a responsibility, but they're developing a new program called the Solar 2 or Solar Transition. That would be an incentive in addition that you get for generating solar. We don't know what that's going to be, but it will be something, and it will take into account the federal investment tax credit. Who knows? You know, 2020 we have a new president. New administration, they want to keep, although they've been pretty good in the investment tax credit, they've expanded it even under the Trump administration. So, you know, that is something that people are very supportive of. You have wind farms in Iowa and across the country that, you know, people are really supportive of the
I think we only
ITC.
have time for like maybe 2 more questions, right, before we have to move on.
You had one?
Yeah, I have one.
And that character.
How many how many applications do you expect to get? Do you have any
It's
indication?
probably better talking to them. We heard a lot.
So there's developers coming from all other states right now because of the opening of this pilot program, and they're going after every landfill and every brownfield in the state very aggressively. So I'd imagine the first year just primarily being a lot of landfills and brownfields.
These are solar developers that are submitting the applications.
Yeah.
The municipality would not.
There's
submit.
actually been a lot of RFPs already
Is
from
the
municipalities.
BPU keeping a list of the developers in the same way they do the energy agents so that you know this in the RFP too?
After that
After
happens,
the pilot.
then we'll have a list of the projects that are approved. I don't think we'll publicize the list of the projects that aren't approved, but, you know, we.
So one thing to note, so the first pilot year says 75 cap, but then the
year 2 and 3, it's a 75-year bottom floor,
Uh-huh.
right?
Right, so we could, it all depends on what the program looks like, they could say more or less. But again, that gets into, so just not to get this too confusing, the legislature came in and said, oh, we're gonna cap the money in the renewable energy program. You can't spend more than 9% of the total cost of energy in the state of New Jersey on renewables, on those incentives. So that solar transition, they're saying, okay, how much money can I have in the incentive that stays under that cap? So if I have more in the solar, community solar program, I'm gonna have less over here. So it all balances out, just not to make it more confusing. But
Can we get copies of the slides
you can have them
on our
I
basis?
sent them.
I don't have Molly's, but I have Nicole's and mine's, which I'll send around with the videos or multiple emails. But did you have a question too?
And it's on community solar, community sustainable Jersey's website too, right? So there's a webinar on there.
Okay.
Just on this case with the landfills and brownfield fields. So brownfields, aren't they generally privately owned, so could the community benefit from that by a developer putting in? I mean, could that become a community solar project for a town?
So we have heard this scenario where, even in the case of someone with private land that, they're
Right.
making tenfold off of what they could farming it, so yes, and then it can be a community solar. If they lease the land,
So we could lease it from the private owner or.
No, because I mean, there are brownfields that are going to be brownfields forever, that's what I understand. We've got one in our town.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. I think this was really useful.
All right, guys,